my god.
Hey, welcome to Weekly Trent Talks. This is Aaron Anderson. Brand new channel. Thanks for viewing the video if you're viewing the video. Kind of jump into what the channel is about. Obviously, it's Weekly Trent Talks. We're going to talk about anything from news, stuff that's important to your life, fun stuff, interesting stuff, and then some probably pointless stuff too. Anyways, the goals of the channel is pretty much to help people have fun and just talk, have daily, weekly talks about anything and everything, and just enjoy talking because people like to do that. A little about myself: I grew up in Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, kind of a city boy, and then went to college out in the country in Wisconsin, and now I live in Wisconsin. So I run a painting company, and I'm married, and I have a little baby, and he's like 6 months old, and he's the cutest thing in the world. I love my family, I love my life, and yeah, that's a little about me. Maybe more later sometime. Okay, so what we're going to talk about in the video is taking responsibility for your life and what happens on a daily, weekly, monthly, and a yearly basis, and just like life in total. Because the idea for the video really came from my wife and I sitting at the bar the other night, and we were having conversations about people that, and ourselves included, that don't take responsibility for what's going on in their life, and really their life from the outside perspective of other people, and probably their own perspectives, look kind of disastrous and chaotic and messy, and people just don't have a good view of them. And who wants to be that type of person that has a bad view of themselves or have other people viewing them badly? Nobody wants that. So really taking responsibility for what happens in your life and what you do to produce what is in your life. Real concrete evidence that this really exists is the fact that we as humans created everything around us, including the carpet we have in our house, the walls we have in our house, the color that goes on the walls, the cars we drive, everything. All of that is all created from the human mind, and that's really the basis of understanding that if you take responsibility for what your life currently is, what your life circumstances are, you're going to understand that if you take responsibility for that stuff, you really actually have control over what's produced in your life. Obviously, someone dying in your family, or some stuff that happens to you bad, or sometimes you could even win the lottery, that stuff is, you can't really take responsibility for somebody dying unless it was your own fault, of course, but some of that stuff kind of happens. But we're talking about the more tangible stuff where literally you could get job promotions because you took responsibility for your own success, or sometimes even for your own failure. And these things kind of can catapult you to be a great individual, somebody that people look up to, respect, and love, because we all love people that take responsibility, and we all talk shit about people that don't take responsibility. So really, I just wanted to talk about how if you take responsibility in a job, even if you screw up in your job, you take responsibility for hey, I didn't necessarily do this properly. I showed up to late work because I didn't wake up on time, instead of saying oh, I was late to work because traffic. Well, in actuality, you probably should have used your phone, knew that traffic was going to be bad, or just woke up and left for work 5 minutes earlier. So if you're that type of person that blames traffic for being late to work, that could be a valid excuse. But there's also things where I probably could have left earlier, and your boss is gonna love it when you're I probably could have left earlier. Yeah, traffic was the reason I was late, but I probably could have left earlier and done this better. And really, you're going to be so much better of an individual, and people will view you better if you don't make excuses or you can make excuses but still take responsibility, because really that's going to help you as a person and make you stand out. So I just encourage doing that. And an example when it comes to relationships, like my wife and I obviously have arguments, and just like anybody, things we disagree on. And usually, most of the time, we're both in the wrong about something. Even, if it's one subject, like, maybe we showed... let me get a good example. What's a good example, Caitlin? She's sitting back there.
I don't know.
Okay, all right, let me see here. Okay, I got one. Like, she broke the mirror off the car, like, 3 weeks ago. And I had warned her, like, a week prior. It's like, all right, these are expensive mirrors in the car. They got the heat built in. They got the light blinker built in. Like, I know you parking in the garage, and you have a history of breaking, like, 20 million mirrors off of cars all the time. And, like, I'm just expecting you to do it, but I knew I shouldn't have said anything because it was going to happen. And I, like, set myself up and set her up to break the mirror off the car. And obviously I got upset at her at first, but, like, after, like, she drove away and I, like, thought about it for a bit, I was like, it is what it is. Like, hopefully she'll learn from it. And, like, I can't react negatively to experience like that because it's life, and literally life just never goes to plan. I mean, sometimes, okay, it does go to plan sometimes, but differently than what you'd expect. So in that case, just taking responsibility for, like, the way I reacted to the situation, and then obviously her taking responsibility to breaking the mirror off the car. Like, hopefully in the future she'll learn to, like, look through that mirror when she's backing out of the car, or just look out her mirrors, period. Right? Anyways, yeah, so like I said, it's going to help you be a successful person, and it's really going to change your life if you approach every day, every week, looking at taking responsibility for the things that happened in the week, whether it was really something that you controlled or not. Like, it could be a bad experience that happened to you, but you could still react differently to it. And really that's gonna change a lot of the cause and effect in your life if you react differently to a negative or positive experience, and take responsibility, no matter if you want to take responsibility or not, and it's somebody else, like, screwed you over. Well, then take responsibility for how you reacted, or how you treat that person. You're just gonna be a much better individual, and it's gonna benefit everybody. And it makes you feel better, it makes your life better. I could go into some deeper examples, but I think I'll save those for later, because I don't want to make the video too long, so I tend to ramble on a little bit. Please like and subscribe to the page, hit the bell notification. Obviously a new channel, so support us. We'd love your support, your opinions. Leave some comments down below. And hopefully we'll come up with some good video ideas for the future, and we'll see where the channel goes. Love to make it great and big and beautiful. All right, have a great day. Bye.